Hello everyone, and welcome to another Roll for Distraction Developer Showcase, our spin-off series where we play one-shots of TTRPGs brought to us by their designers. My name is Alex Vigna, and I'm the producer here on this channel. Real quick, before I turn it over to our guest, if it's your first time here, be sure to hit the subscribe button to catch our other actual plays right here on this same channel. We've played lots of different systems, so there should be something for everyone, and drop a like and a comment to help out the channel. And now, I'd like to welcome today's guest, Susanah Grace, to sit with me as I play through a solo game of Chevalier. Susie, I'll turn it over to you now. Tell us a little bit about the game we're playing today, and explain to the audience why we've got cameras on today, and why the hell there's a Jenga tower in front of me.
Hello everyone, I'm Susie, otherwise known as Susanah Grace. I made Chevalier, which, if you don't know, is a solo RPG about how much it sucks to be a teenage mecha pilot. So if you've ever watched like Neon Genesis Evangelion or Gundam, and you're like, I'm better than Amuro, I'm better than Shinji, I could simply just get in the robot. Give it a go, give it a try. So yeah, it's basically you answer prompts, you pull cards, answer prompts about how your pilot is doing physically, mentally, in the scope of the war, how things are going. And then the reason why we have cameras today is part of that is that some prompts will ask you to pull from a tower, a tumbling block tower. Other brands are available.
Don't mind the branding.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
And the tower basically represents how well your pilot is and its mech, and their mech, is holding up physically, mentally, psychologically. So it's a cool like visual representation as well as like that little bit of extra danger.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's very visual, and definitely it will be explosive, which is probably accurate to the experience in character as well. So
yeah,
when we get there.
I have never had a pilot that's made it. All of my pilots have died. So when the tower falls, your pilot is a goner. And I, as I said before in our little pre-show chat, though, I suck at Jenga so bad. So yeah.
Is there a hypothetical making it?
Yeah,
okay.
There is, yeah.
All right. Well,
it's a very slim chance.
Stick to the end,
can
folks.
Make it.
Watch and find out. I am pretty good at Jenga. Don't want to brag. I just jinxed it real hard. Everybody's looking at the runtime of the video in the future, and they know, like, oh, this video is only 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's the clip right there, folks.
Yeah. But all right, yeah. So let's get into it. I am a solo game baby. This is my first time doing one of these. So,
ooh.
Walk me through. Where's the best place to begin? I've had some thoughts about it, but.
Okay, so the very first place to begin is at the very start, really. You have a quick scan, or if you've read already, the little rundown of who you are.
Yeah.
And what this game is about. So basically, you're a teenager, and you are being brought on board to this experimental military program where you will pilot a colossal bipedal robot, also known as a Chevalier. So it's up to you to choose basically anything about this world. So who you are as a pilot, were you drafted? Did you sign up? Do you have an evil father who has been emotionally abusing you since you were a very small child so you could do this? There's many options you can choose. Like, why did your pilot sign up? What kind of robot is your Chevalier? Is it like a 6 sword wielding one? Does it have axes? Does it have snipers? Like, what do you
Right.
That also is very narrative. That's not really going to affect the game mechanically, right. But it's all about getting you into the headspace of your pilot.
Sure. Yeah, so I've been replaying Armored Core 6, so I'm very Armored Core pilled right now. So I think I was probably going to just kind of riff on that a bunch.
Nice.
So I think my pilot may have had a name at one point, but I think now he's just a number. And I'm thinking it very in sort of the like, sort of cyberpunk way where it's like big evil corporation. I just have like 30 billion credits of debt or something. It's the far future. It's just there's just like a, I think like kind of like a resource war. on some old
I love
colony
that.
planet kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, everyone I've spoken to has been very Gundam in their
Right.
playthroughs of Chevalier, which, the cover art
It's on
is
the
like,
art, yeah.
this is a Gundam. But yeah, Armored Core is a great pull too. I love
Yeah.
that. It's grittier and yeah.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
that's the vibe
sweet.
I'm picturing.
So in the very, very back, there is like a little character sheet. Can't see
Right.
my lights are too bright, but there's like a little character sheet in the back. So just pop in your pilot's name, their age, gender, date of birth, birthplace, and then we'll skip the next two, which is date of death and cause of death. That's not
Right.
relevant
We'll get
right
there
now.
when we get there.
And then their current station and what they have called their Chevalier.
We gotta do this all in our Discord, and then. All right. So name again, riffing on Armored Core. I think I am like G9, and that's like a Generation 9, whatever iteration of the technology. And then I'm just gonna use my birthday, 824.
Nice.
I will just be M, he, him. And then date of birth, I don't know, let's just go crazy. Let's just go like 12, 15, 70, 99. That sounds right.
Nice.
Birthplace, Europa. Going real moon. No date of death, no cause of death yet. And I'm stationed in, say, Promxima Centauri. And then the unit, I'm going to use the same evil mega corporation that I use for everything. I'm going to use Kronos Industries. Let's see, Mech Squad 42.
Nice.
There we go.
So what name are you going to give to your actual mech suit?
That's a good question.
'Cause that's almost important as the character name itself. 'Cause
Arguably
it is a
more important.
character. Yeah.
Let's just say it's like a really long string, but it has the Greek letter epsilon in it,
Nice.
and that's what we use for short. And the whole unit has those, and we're all different letters of the Greek alphabet.
I like that a lot. That's very
let's go.
cool.
That epsilon sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that you're establishing already that you're part of a squad. It's nice. Like, it's a little bit of like world building. So
Yeah.
like this whole game basically is about world building through answering these questions. So I like that we're establishing that already, that you have this squad and that it's all megacorps and resource wars. So we're
Right.
already getting a vibe a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit more scrappier, a little bit more grungy.
For sure.
Sweet.
All right.
Okay, so now we've figured out who your pilot is. It's time to make your first log.
All right. So, where are we? Gotcha. I see the sample here. So today marks my first week in the Chevalier program, right? So I would just kind of, as we go, make these up.
Yeah.
And then, should I take this template, this example one, as my first one, and then?
Yeah, so typically that's your like jumping off point. You're like,
Okay.
it's my first mission. I'm about to go, and then we
Gotcha.
start doing our pulling, basically.
All right. So I
Pulling for our
was
prompts.
born in 7099. I was probably in cryo for a while. Designation G9824. Unit E number. Squad 42. Today marks my first week in the Chevalier program, and it is the day of my first deployment to the field. My SCS, which is the computer in my head.
Yes, so I completely forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
One mandatory part of this, you can make up anything else you like about it, but you will be physically connected to your Chevalier through what's called a Seigyo control system, and it's like an implant in your spine, basically in
Gotcha.
the back of your neck.
Yeah, my SCS was installed 3 days ago, and I've run a few training simulations, but it's the first time I've ever been in the cockpit. The colonel says there is no other choice. The enemy is here, and I have to stop them. Squad 42 initializing. Systems green. G9824 signing off. So that's how we begin. Everything from there, I get to make up.
Yep. So from there, it's basically in the hands of the dice, the cards, and the steadiness of your hands.
No pressure. No pressure.
So as a quick run through, as we get into it, the game, you're divided into 2 phases. You have your deployment phase, where you roll your dice, you pull how many cards, and you maybe pull from the tower. And once you've done that, you do the mission log phase, which is where we go back, we look at what cards you pulled, and we like debrief.
Okay, so if I roll a 3, I draw 3 cards, I read those 3 entries.
Yep.
And then if I have to pull, I pull.
Yep.
And then based on that, I write a little paragraph, story, or whatever, right? Okay, a chapter.
And so you can approach this in a couple of different ways too. Some people like to answer the prompts as they pull them, or some people like to pull all the prompts, read through the prompts, and then like arrange them to make their own little story, or merge them into one another if they like.
Gotcha.
So it's just completely however you feel in the moment. There is no wrong way to play.
We'll see what I draw.
There's even a bit in the book where if you pull a prompt and you don't like it and you're like, this doesn't really fit, just ignore it.
Right. Let me just on camera. I'm not very good at that, but whatever. I'm gonna cut the deck. Okay.
All right. So we roll a d6.
3. All right. Nice medium amount to start with. I have Queen of Diamonds, the 3 of Spades, and the 7 of Spades.
Okay.
Let me lay these out.
So, each suit represents something different. So the heart suit is personal files, and those are things that are more like around how your pilot's feeling, relationships, that kind of thing. Clubs are to do with your Chevalier unit, so it's like the mechanics of it, maintenance of it, how it moves, how, what it feels like to be in your Chevalier. Diamonds is the battlefield, so it's like, oh, this battle is happening in the middle of a town, this is horrible, or this battlefield is full of debris of my friends, oh god. And then Spades is the enemy, so that's where you can flesh out a little bit who you're fighting and what they're up to. So your first one was,
Queen of Diamonds is the first one.
Queen of Diamonds.
Q. A great red sea stretches out before you. They say that it once was a brilliant blue, but that was long before you were born. It is so still that you wonder if there is any life in the depths below. Did anything survive? Pull from the tower. I got 1 pull. Okay, pretty heavy. So immediately a blood ocean. All right, great.
Yep.
Immediate blood ocean. I really know how to pick them. Okay. So yeah, I'm imagining us on another, landing on some faraway planet. Putting down on a shore near our objective, and that's just sort of the first sight we're met with.
Yeah. Maybe this is one of the worlds that has been like really ravaged by this resource war.
I think they're like we're battling for like scraps of scraps of scraps of scraps kind of thing.
Yeah.
So did anything survive? Yeah, maybe, probably not, but it'd be very resilient if it did. And then I have the 3 and 7 of Spades. Spades being about our enemy. So the 3. A burst of interference causes your comms unit to connect with the enemy. What do you say to each other before mission control cuts the link? Pull from the tower. So that's 2 pulls. And then the 7 also has a pull, so it'll be 3 pulls once I finish reading these. Okay, so we land. I think we get like almost a warning. Maybe it's a bluff, but a contact from the enemy, corporate force, saying basically like, don't bother, there's nothing here, it's all dead, you're just wasting your time, and also this is our territory, so please don't fight us for it. Like,
yeah.
Like, let's not start a fight over nothing, just turn around and go. I think 824 probably doesn't say anything. I don't think I'm in charge of my squad. I think he just lets the commander Be like, orders are orders. We're coming in. You can get out of our way or not.
Ooh, so do you think 824? Do you think this message has hit your entire squad, or is it just to 824?
I think probably the whole squad. I think they're doing it on like an open band.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Does 824 believe them, or is he just fully in squad mode?
I think I'm wary, but not enough to argue about it yet. Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. 7. You've been battling this foe for what seems like hours. Okay, so we get into a fight. Always coming to a standstill, never gaining ground nor losing it. Suddenly you see an opportunity. A gap opens in your opponent's defense. You strike and get the upper hand. The enemy seems scared, looking for a retreat. Do you let them go? Okay, so yeah, we travel along the shore for a little while, and eventually they say, okay, that's far enough. You've strayed too far into our territory. They ambushed us with, maybe some mechs, maybe some more conventional vehicles. We fight them. It takes a long time. It's a slog. We're like pinned in cover. Eventually we break through. And yeah, I think HU4 does let a few of them go. I think it's probably not even like a big... It's like something that, in my giant robot that I wouldn't really perceive as like a threat. It's just like a truck,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't need to bother. I'll save the ammo. And maybe I get chewed out a little bit for that, but I'm like, what's the harm?
Yeah. I like that a lot. And that's one thing to consider as you're doing these prompts is like, not only how does your pilot feel about these things, but how does, in this world you've built, how do the people around you respond to the choices you make? So I like that you get chewed out. Is it your own squad that chew you out, or is it like command?
I think probably just like my immediate, it's probably like a sergeant or whatever with us, who's like also a pilot but outranks us and is a little more loyal. Anyway, now I gotta pull three microphone arm. I'm just gonna dismiss you for a moment. Start one.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, microphone back in place. Never played Jenga on camera before. A little bit more pressure.
It's that whole new level of pressure, right?
A little bit of extra shake. Alrighty. And then yeah, I will briefly note that down in another log. Just paste this in. Audience, I will skip ahead a moment. Alright, nice and brief. So, same date, time 1517. We landed on Promxima Centauri 2b several hours ago on the shores of a Red Sea. We quickly encountered resistance from the enemy, ignoring their suggestion to retreat. After an hour-long stalemate, we routed them, and I allowed an APC to escape, much to the chagrin of the commander.
Nice.
Cool. And I'll put these 3 cards to the side. I'm running out of desk room.
So in general, you can just safely put those, discard those cards. There are aces that you may need to keep hold of. It'll tell you if you need to hold onto a card, but you can usually just.
And then back and forth. Now I roll again.
Yeah, we just do that all over again.
Until I blow up. All right.
Yep.
I got a 4 this time.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4. We got Queen of Clubs. We got the 9 of Hearts. The 6 of Diamonds. And the 5 of Diamonds. All right. All the suits have been represented now. At least once.
As I say, you get a good spread.
Yeah. I shuffled it so many times. It's a brand new deck. I was like paranoid about it because I was like, no, I don't want them to all just be bunched up. Okay, so Clubs, Queen. clubs being about my mech itself. So, a calm voice runs through the status of every system within your unit. It seems familial even. You can't quite place it. Wow, this is this is pretty Armored Core immediately. There's Have you played 6?
I have.
Okay, yeah, I found my error. Great. Let's see. I'm gonna tie this because they're both the queen. I think I'm gonna tie this back to the sea thing. I think there's this voice that comes through my mech, and I'm like, does anybody hear that? And nothing from the rest of the squad. And I kind of just keep talking to them as I go. Throughout whatever the rest of these prompts are, I'll just kind of keep talking to them.
Nice.
I think at first it's just they're like kind of like quietly calling my. They're saying Epsilon. They're not saying A24. They're just saying like my squad designation. But we'll see what else I say to them as I keep going here. So the 9 of Hearts. Hearts being about me. And what's going on in my head. Okay. You are permitted 1 call to your next of kin. Pull from the tower. Okay. Oh, by the way, on the last one, pull from the tower, but don't put it back. Just be down a brick.
So with this call to your next of kin, you might not even have a next of kin.
Right.
In which case, do you give that call to somebody else? Do you like anyone enough on your squad to give that to them, or do you call just a random number? Or
yeah, I think I've been in cryo so long that like I wouldn't even really know what's going on timeline wise. Kind of like Alien, where like you don't know who to call. But I think maybe I would try to call back to another like friend who went through the training program in the system. Maybe not even on the same planet, but somewhere in the same star system, and just like check up on them, see how they're doing. Just be like, hey, you also get deployed? And I think I'll probably won't immediately even get a response. We'll see. Maybe they call me back later through these cards. But
I like that. That's cool. You reach out and then there's nothing there, but maybe.
Yeah, just send out a message. See if they feel like getting back to me.
Yeah, that little dangle of hope.
Yeah. And then the 6 and 5 of diamonds, which are both about the battlefield. 6 first, then 5. Oh, good. No more blocks to draw from these.
Hey.
As you reach the outer atmosphere of Earth. Oh, so is this like a memory?
Could be.
Okay. As you reach the outer atmosphere of Earth, you can't help but see the sheer amount of debris orbiting the planet. Broken satellites, destroyed chevaliers, spent ammunition, all of it a testament to the battles fought here. It's a harrowing sight, but also a dangerous one that you must navigate with care. Yeah, I think maybe this kind of comes through with the voice, like, do you remember Earth? Do you remember what it was like? What was it like? Tell me about it. And this is kind of the memory. This is my last memory of Earth, was me, getting on the rocket to go up.
Yeah.
Seeing, the wreckage of eons past and whatnot.
Them having to plot a new route because a big bit of debris has just gone across there, Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like, we went up and like a bunch of rockets and there was like, a debris storm that came through. And then not everybody was as lucky. Very real problem we're dealing with. And then also the 5 of diamonds. So, it is a desperate situation. You were ambushed. The only way to save a fellow pilot from destruction is to shoot your weapon through a populated zone. You know that there are still civilians in the area and that some of them are very likely in the firing line. Do you fire? Okay, so I guess we found a town. Or some, straggling refugees.
Yeah, like a camp or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so like we get ambushed again, and I think the voice tells me not to shoot them, and I don't. And I probably get in trouble again with the commander for allowing one of our squad to be downed. But I think ultimately we get through the battle. And then I have to pull 2, and I'm leaving one of them out. Then I'll write a thing again. Okay. Okay, that's an easy one. Goodbye, brick. Off to the side.
I'm sure that'll be fine and won't come back to buy you later on.
That's fine. Okay. I did a test run here and I managed to get it over the camera. I'll be curious to see if I if I do it again. I should take a picture of this and put it up in post, just for like how silly my setup is right now.
Oh my god.
I have it on books because otherwise it wouldn't be in the camera until I built it up a bit. I have a dice tray for my 1d6 and then my deck of cards. The jokers are out. Anyway. Anyway, I'm going to write my second log now. I think I'm not going to mention the voice in my log. Not yet, at least.
I like that. Keeping it secret.
I gotta type much more gently. I noticed the tower was wiggling. Alright. Third report. At 1602. We continued on, encountering a small village built out of a crashed frigate. It became apparent that they had been living here off the scraps for a generation. Before we could question anyone, the enemy attacked again. Some got between me and an enemy. I could have shot through them, but I didn't, and we lost Delta.
Ooh.
Alright. No mention of why I didn't, or this voice. Not on the official report. Not yet.
I like that when you don't know who's reading them, right?
Right.
Very nice.
Okay, rolling again. Still here. Oh good, that's a 6.
Oh. Oh no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have the 5 of clubs, the 4 of hearts. Wow, the Queen of Hearts. I'm gonna get all the queens. The 3 of hearts.
Whoa.
The Jack of Hearts. I got a lot of hearts, and the 9 of clubs.
Wow, so this one's really a lot.
Yeah, I got a lot
you
going
and
on.
your Chevalier.
It's all about me.
Well, it's like the dice tell the story, right?
I
The
know.
cards are telling the story right there.
Alright, so 5 of clubs first. No matter how hard you try, you cannot will your Chevalier to move. You are a sitting duck. What is your reaction? That's a great question. I think the voice that I'm hearing says something to me, and it's like really deep and personal, and it's like something that like only my character's mom would know, right? Like old stuff. And it somehow it comes with like this small power surge, like, or not even, just a little fuzz, and I find suddenly that the controls are unresponsive, and the only way to get it moving again is to unplug and plug back in, and reboot the whole system, to avoid slowing the whole squad down. And I think like in that, that little moment of silence, the voice goes away until I plug back in again, and then I keep going. Spooky.
That's really good. Yeah, it is spooky. And like, yeah, I imagine like, what are your squad mates thinking right now too? Like, you just stop out of nowhere and have to reboot.
Yeah, I think it was probably not very long, and I'll just chime in and be like, minor glitch, just rebooted, back to normal. I'll catch up.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's also like the third weird thing I've done today, so.
like if you wanted to, like, because you can build on these prompts as much as, like, if we're playing like a quite a quick version where we're getting like little bits down. But if you really wanted to dig into that, like, you could write an entire little mini story off of that.
I think if I was playing this by myself, I would be writing these like in more words.
Yeah.
But just for the sake of content, I'm probably powering through a little faster than I would on my own. The Four of Hearts. The site of the... Wow, this is appropriate. The site of the SCS implant itches all day, every day. It's impossible to ignore. The looks and glares you get from the regular personnel and civilians around you, similarly so. You took the implant to help them, but they treat you like an abomination. Yes, I guess I'm just thinking on memories again. Yeah, so I guess not everyone, even out here on this, long-distance ship, has one of these things. It's just the pilots who are a small percentage of the population. And yeah, I guess they just think we're weird cyborgs.
Yeah, well, I mean, tensions are high, and they're already stressed out with their own jobs, and then you little freaks are out there plugging yourselves into robots. It's
Yeah, and they're probably like, why would you, like, willingly do that? Meanwhile, we're all, like, a bazillion credits in debt or whatever, and there's a reason.
It's wild that you're getting these pulls, though, after, like, last turn.
Yeah, there's a theme happening for sure. And then our third queen of the game, the Queen of Hearts. In the wreckage of the battlefield, you find the twisted remains of a fellow pilot chevalier. You knew they were in peril, and you did not assist them. Why didn't you act? Wow, well, we already kind of covered this. Yeah, I guess before we moved on from the last battle site, I probably would have stopped over the corpse, quote-unquote, of Delta. And, I feel like in this future no one, like, prays anymore, really, but I probably would have just said, like, a couple of words, done a little robot-to-robot bow. And yeah, I mean, we already went over why I didn't help them. Is because there were civilians in the way, and the voice told me not to.
Yeah.
I have to pull from the tower for that. That's one pull. The Three of Hearts. Okay. You suffer an injury that leaves you hospitalized for several days. You receive no visitors. Pull from the tower. I'll remember that one. I guess we get into a battle. I get shot. And have to pull back. So this is a 2-battle story at least. And I guess I don't immediately fill out a report on it because I've been in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that your squad mates blame you for Delta's death, and that's why they didn't come visit you?
I think that's
or are they just
likely.
So busy?
Little column A, little column B. I think maybe my guy doesn't know, but he wonders. Maybe he blames himself a little bit. Yeah. And then the Jack of Hearts. Ever since you first synchronized with the Chevalier, you've begun to notice that your fingertips are losing their feeling, and walking is becoming much more difficult when you're outside of your unit. Appropriate that I'm now outside of my unit because I'm in the hospital. All that seems to fade once you connect with your SCS. Pull from the tower, so that's 3 pulls I gotta do now. Yeah, so I guess this is my experience while I'm down and out for a little while, is noticing, lack of coordination that isn't present when I'm piloting, that is when I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're kind of missing being out there despite how messed up everything is.
So in terms of the world building for your game here, do you think this is because of the injury you suffered, or is it maybe the SCS itself is damaging your body, but because you're plugged into the mech when you're plugged in, it's sort of like taking over your functions, so you don't feel that disability?
Maybe like, I don't even know this, but like, maybe it's kind of like a Cyberpunk 2077 situation where it's like slowly worming further and further into my brain. And eventually I won't be able to move without the robot, and that's how they get you. Like,
yeah.
That's like, well, I guess this is what I do now. Would
Basically become a dreadnought from Warhammer.
Yeah. You're stuck in it.
Yeah.
And then the last one is the 9 of... Those are clubs. Okay, so now we redeploy. A motorcycle drives by really loudly. And then there was once a city here. Now all that remains is a crater. The foundations of great buildings shut up from the earth like the bones of a carcass. Have you ever visited the city, or had you only dreamed that you might one day? Ooh, okay. So yeah, let's write my report on these 6 freaking cards. It's gonna be a big time skip for me in editing. I think I probably won't, again, I won't mention the issue of not being able to move because of the voice and having to reboot. I think I won't report that again. I also won't report that I'm itchy and everyone hates me.
Okay, yeah. I like this a lot. There's a lot he's not telling his superiors.
Queen of Hearts was me reflecting on the fact that I did not help Delta there, so that's already been covered. And then the 3 of Hearts is me being injured and hospitalized, so I'm going to start my report with that. The Jack of Hearts is me losing feeling in my extremities. I think I'll say that I noted that to the doctors. I read the wrong thing for the last one. I read the 9 of Diamonds by accident. I'm going to read the 9 of Clubs now, the card that I actually pulled. I'll cut that for the people at home. The 9 of Clubs is the cockpit is hit by debris. Okay, so I do redeploy again. Most of the Chevalier's systems escaped damage, but the environmental controls are completely destroyed. You are forced to rely on the meager amount of oxygen in the emergency supply of your pilot suit. How does it feel knowing that you only have minutes of air left before you suffocate? Not great. Pull from the tower. I think that's only... It's 3 pulls?
I think so.
Yeah, the Jack, the Queen, and this. Yeah, that's 3. Okay. Alright, let me finish typing
so
this.
3 pulls out of 6 isn't too bad.
Yeah. Alright, so 4th report. 10 days later, 313, 8034, 515. After my last report, we were ambushed again. They came out of nowhere, and I thought I was a goner. I noted a lack of sensation in my extremities to the doctors, but they insisted it's a common side effect that will pass. After almost 10 sols in the infirmary, I'm back in the pilot seat. We redeployed to PC-2B and landed right on top of the enemy. We drove them off, but Epsilon's hull has been breached, and I am running on emergency O2. I can only hope that the dropship turns around in time. Okay, and then I have to pull 3 to see if I suffocate or not.
Let's hope not. That'd be a pretty
I always
sucky way to go.
hope for not, yeah. All that time in the infirmary. Here's 1.
Ooh.
I'm gonna move the microphone again.
Oh, there's some movement on that tower.
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm like holding my breath like a sniper.
So I actually have a question for you.
Please.
With regards to this world that you've made. Your pilot, obviously, hearing voices, you're probably reluctant to report that because you don't want people to think you're crazy. But is there like another reason, like being discharged from the program because you were like broken, bodily broken, you're probably gonna get some sort of benefit? But if you get discharged any other way, you still like on the hook for all the debt? Like, do you like desperately trying to stay in this program as long as you can?
Yeah, I think this is like full dystopia. Like, debt is transferable to family members, like even grandchildren's like whatever, right? you know, grand nieces or whatever. And like, I'm working because, you know, each mission is another couple percentage points shaved off of that, and I'm like protecting some relatives I'll never meet back home from also getting roped into this.
I like that a lot. Like, what if it's like your overall family's debt?
Yeah.
And you're like the one that's
right. Yeah, like my whole family was in debt, and I'm like, I'll go. Like,
that's why you were in cryo, like,
right.
Because the company doesn't care about you as a person. You're just
right.
an asset. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, they care about me as a pilot because they can't figure out whatever AI to make it work. But
yeah. Ooh, gnarly.
Right, well, rolling the die again. Smaller
right.
than 6, please. Okay, 2.
Okay.
1, 2. We have 10 of clubs and the 6 of hearts.
Okay.
So we're back on the planet now. I'm hopefully getting evac. Maybe I'll be back and forth immediately. Let's see. 10. Okay. A single booster fails as you're in pursuit of the enemy. You can still maneuver, but your speed is halved. All hope of giving chase is lost. It is an expeditious retreat. Okay, so maybe I'm actually trying to boost back up toward the ship to get repaired, and I'm like blowing my engine out, and things are very dire. Let's see. Do I get out of this? Okay, maybe I do get out of this. You form an unlikely bond with someone on the base, or the ship in this case, spending some of your rare free time with them off duty. Who are they, and what do you do together? I think probably the only people that I really interact with are the dropship pilots, kind of like Echo 419 from the first Halo game, where like you have your pilot who drops you into every mission, or like the Eagle pilot in Helldivers or something. And yeah, we have like we share the same break room. Maybe they also have a similar chip situation to fly these planes at Mach 30 or whatever that they do. And yeah, I think maybe in this situation, I'm, you know, lifting off to the edge of the atmosphere of this planet, which isn't breathable anyway. And I've got this, you know, I'm in vacuum, just in my suit. My O2 is at like 2%. I see the ship, my engine burns out, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna make it. I black out and get picked up by this guy.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And make it out of there.
Maybe because this bond you formed, this pilot does a really risky maneuver with the little dropship they have. They just like scoop you so you don't die, but you don't know because you blacked out.
Right.
You just wake up and you're like, what the hell?
And neither of those are pulls.
Sweet.
So I'm just gonna write up a report. Okay. So, same day, only 40 minutes later. I attempted to use my onboard thrusters to exfil from the planet, but they must have been damaged as well. I blacked out in low orbit and came to, having been rescued in the nick of time by pilot B-17, who returned me to the service bay and then dropped me back off planetside a few hours later.
Nice.
In and out. Get repaired, get back down there.
And these forever wars, you gotta, right? No time to dwell.
No time. Whoop.
Oh.
Floor die. Doesn't count. 1. Okay, this is the universe making up for the 6. The 6 of clubs. Okay. The only place that you've managed to find any peace and serenity on the base is inside your cockpit. More and more often, you can be found reading reports and spending time off-duty inside your CHVLR. Why has it become your only refuge? Pulled from the tower. I think kind of making on the same thing as before, where the pilots are sort of a bit of an outcast class even among the people out here. And then are probably discouraged from spending too much time with each other outside of like training simulations. So yeah, we tend to be kind of loners. And I think also there's a certain type of person who signs up for this kind of thing who's maybe a little bit tech obsessed.
Yeah.
And, wants to make sure their machine is running properly, so there's constantly reading, like, diagnostics and stuff.
Trying to squeeze every ounce of performance you can out of it. Yeah.
As far as what actually happens, I don't know if I can kind of just tack that onto the previous report, where, like, that's what I did while I waited for it to be repaired. But nonetheless, I'm going to pull from the tower for that one. Let me get out of here.
Hang it in there. Hang it in there.
I'm just gonna get a little tower update for people watching at home. I just made that spot on the bottom where there's no... where it's just the middle.
Oh no.
Because that was the only one that was loose.
I'm not gonna cast any aspersions on the fate of your pilot, but...
Don't doubt my Jenga skills. Alright, rolling the die. And there's a 5, so that's probably that. That's probably all she wrote. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Jack of Clubs. The 3 of Clubs. The King of Clubs.
Oh.
The 8 of Diamonds. And the 8 of Hearts. A lot of spades.
Well, the good news is, with pulling the King of Clubs, you have averted one of the ways that you can instantly die.
Okay.
Because if the King of Clubs is the 4th king you draw, you just explode.
Fantastic. Well, he's my first king. So, Jack of Clubs. Myself what clubs looks like. It's the second one. Okay. During a sortie into enemy territory. Okay, so I do make it back down to the team. Your Chevalier receives enough damage to severely impair its function again. With no repair crew in tow, you are forced to attempt to fix it. You try your best to get it up and running again, but suspect that you ultimately may have done more harm than good. Pull from the tower, do not replace this block at the top of the tower, remove it from the game. Seeing how far I am, I think I'm going to pull these as I go now.
Ooh, okay.
Because it's getting risky, and this is a potentially logical point for me to die. So, I'll start doing these.
I like the story of this though. Like, you've gone back down, and maybe the repairs, they were so quick and so ad hoc that nothing really stuck. So even just a little bit of fighting.
My cat's interfering with my chair.
Uh-oh.
Not right now. Could you please go do anything else?
My cat back home with my parents would have instantly destroyed this tower. Oh.
It's the only loose one.
Oh, it's so wobbly. Oh my god. I thought that was it. I thought it was over.
Go
Wait, was that the Jack of Clubs?
Oh, that was the Jack, right? I don't put that one back, right?
Nope, that's gone.
Alright. The 3 of Clubs. Howling alarms sound through the base. Someone is attempting to steal your Chevalier. Okay, I guess we go back after this repair attempt. Finish the mission, go back. You join the mechanics and guards in the hangar to stop the intruder. Who are they and how do you apprehend them? Pull from the tower. Let's find out if I apprehend them.
Oh, how horrible would that be? You just get like shot and killed.
The one time I'm out of my robot. Oh, this one's a little loose.
Oh.
One more row. One more row and I'll be off the camera. Okay, so yeah, I guess we had a rogue employee, I guess, I don't know. Soldier, whatever you want to call us. Maybe an enemy double agent. From the other big evil corp. Wanted to, steal one of our robots, fly it to the other ship, and get scans of our tech, find weaknesses, all that sort of thing. And yeah, maybe a little firefight breaks out. I think, how do you apprehend them? Honestly, I've been picturing my mech as kind of like a light, thin, speedy model. So I like to think that, out of the mech, my fighting style is also kind of more agile. So I think it's probably, sneaking, getting the high ground on them, and then just like shooting them in the calf or something so that they fall.
Ooh, so you leave them alive?
Yeah, initially at least. We'll see if whoever's in charge of the interrogation leaves them alive. That's above my pay grade. The King of Clubs. Let's see. You are powerless to intervene as your Chevalier begins to move by itself. Oh no, let's say this is continuing to happen in the ship. Maybe put a virus in it. Its movements are fast and frenetic, almost primal in the ferocity of its strikes. It does not stop until the enemy you are facing bears no resemblance to what it once was. A harrowing scream from somewhere deep within the unit echoes around you. Okay. So maybe we're about to deploy again. And I find that this double agent has put a virus on my Chevalier. And I start fighting one of the other mech pilots in the hangar. I'm in it. And then the scream, I think, it's in the voice that I've been hearing. It's like recognizably the same person. And that, like, it happens as I defeat the other mech, but it also expunges whatever virus it is.
Okay.
Anyway, do not discard this card. Place it where you can see it. If it is the fourth king you have drawn, your Chevalier shuffle a catastrophic malfunction. You are overwhelmed in battle and die. The game is over. Record one final log. So I'm just going to keep the king over there. But I don't.
I like
pull
that.
over.
That this, like, when I wrote this prompt, I was thinking of Unit 1 going berserk in Evangelion, right? Like that was like there in the brain because that moment is sick as hell. But I love that idea that this double agent has implanted this virus, and it's actually that presence within your mech that is like fighting back against it.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, like I think
That's
somehow
right.
in some weird way, I don't know what the voice is, but I think the voice does at least somewhat care about me. And it doesn't like that this virus is making me out to be a bad guy, so it stops it.
Yeah. Do you think there's any trace of this virus in your mech? So you can be
like,
like,
so. I think
God,
so.
it
I'm
wasn't
not
me.
expelled. That they'll be able to, in the logs. Hi. 8 of diamonds. Back to the battlefield. Back on the planet again. Come across a shelter filled with corpses. Among them you find no combatants, no soldiers. You watch as they are laid out to be claimed by relatives. No one comes. Later that night they will be burned and a simple service will be held. Do you attend? Maybe this is also still on the ship. Maybe there were casualties from my mech going berserk in the hangar, and also from the trader running around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I do attend, but like in the back, quietly. I think it would be too disrespectful to not attend, but I also know that I'm not particularly wanted at the moment.
Yeah, I have to imagine that'd be pretty rough, especially if your mech killed a bunch of these people.
Yeah. 8 of Hearts is my last one for this draw. After being on high alert for 2 days, everyone stationed at your base is on edge and no one seems to have gotten any sleep, you included. How is that affecting morale? How is it affecting you? Not great. I think probably the fact that even if people don't necessarily directly blame me, a lot of the things that have been going wrong on this mission have been happening around me. And so, and also like my mech got hacked and I'm not the one whose mech got destroyed, so there's like some like survivor's guilt, maybe it's some type of thing going on. Morale is probably pretty low, generally, since we've just been kind of at a stalemate here.
Yeah. And the paranoia as well, right?
Yeah,
like, this
and we
is
don't
a
know who
double
we can
agent
trust
that's-
now. Yeah, is there another one hiding somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, that is that 5. Gotta do a report now. Okay, a couple days later, it is 3:17 8034 at 7:10. A double agent attempted to steal my Chevalier, but we managed to apprehend him. However, during the confusion, he installed a virus on Epsilon, sending it into a mad rage the next time we tried to deploy. It destroyed Gamma and very nearly killed 822. Command has exonerated me of any wrongdoing on account of the virus, but will be keeping a close eye on me. We held a vigil for those we lost in the mess hall.
Things are getting very fraught for
They
your
are
poor
indeed.
pilot.
Yeah.
No reprieve. I mean,
Alright.
like thinking back to earlier prompts, right? Your safe space, your place you were cozy was inside your cockpit, and now someone's poisoned it.
Yeah, not so much anymore. Not feeling
Not
so
so
good.
much.
Still here though, according to the Jenga tower, so hey, that's another 5.
Oh boy. Some of the things I really like about this
Yeah.
mechanic is like the further along the game you get, the more rickety your tower gets, the more you're like, please be a low number every time you roll.
Okay, this is an interesting draw here. So we have the King of Hearts,
Okay.
the Ace of Hearts, the 7 of Clubs, the 8 of Clubs, and the Ace of Diamonds.
Ooh.
King of Hearts. Your accommodation was once inhabited by a pilot who had fallen in battle. You find a diary hidden in a nook in the room. Do you read it? How does this make you feel? If it's the 4th king, you draw, something happens, but it isn't, so I will set it aside. Yeah, I think I would read it. I think it'd be really, really cool at this point in the story if I find this diary and this pilot had also heard these voices, and noted it down in an old-fashioned paper log, and yeah, probably also didn't really get down to the bottom of it at all, but noted very similar experiences of it getting like really personal, and like knowing more than anyone possibly could. And so, like, now I know, like, maybe I'm not crazy. Someone else went through this.
So it's kind of a relief for your pilot
It's a
to
relief.
find this.
It's scary because, you know, maybe being crazy would be better, but there is actually something out there, but some sort of ghost. But also a relief to know that you're not crazy.
Yeah. Nice, nice, nice.
Then the Ace of Hearts. This is a long one. An order comes down the line from Mission Control to lower weapons. A ceasefire has been called. The war could be over any time now. Pull from the tower. Do not discard this card. That put it to the side and place 10 tokens on it. That's all the tokens. Which is just some change from my change drawer. So the Ace of Hearts has 10 tokens on it. At the end of each mission, after recording your log, roll a die. If you roll a 6, remove a token from the card. If you successfully remove all the tokens, this was your final mission. Final pull from the tower. Okay, maybe I live. We'll see. This tower falls, and then... Okay, well, we'll get there when we get there. So, yeah, I guess ceasefire before we deploy again. Still really tense on the ship, probably. Kind of out of nowhere. Didn't even know we were negotiating.
There's still possibility for there to be violence, but
yeah,
there seems to be a way out. And this is your one shot in the whole game for you to make it out alive.
Okay. Do you want me to pull from the tower now, or should I do the other 3 cards I still have to read?
It's up to you.
Okay.
Do you think there's more tension if you pull after every card? I think there's a bit more tension after every card you pull.
We'll do that, and then... Okay, so this one does go on top. I'm not discarding the break.
This would be so sad if this is how you die.
Right when ceasefire is called. Is this too close to the top? How do we feel? This row.
I'd allow it.
Purists? Okay. It is a full row. Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 full rows. You're good. You're good.
All right, great. Alright, well, I'm still here. I'm still waiting for more orders. And then the 7 of clubs. Okay, I guess we get into combat again, because at a crucial moment, your rifle jams. Clearing the round will take precious seconds you do not have. You are forced to drop it and engage the enemy in melee combat, pull from the tower. So I guess we deploy again, because the negotiations are taking too long. Maybe they're still happening and we just fight anyway.
Maybe you're covering the retreat of a unit or something, and the enemy, you know, there's pockets that don't know there's a...
Yeah.
Could even be in the chaos of war, there's their own, like, independent groups that have popped up.
Right.
That are like, oh yeah, these two groups are fighting, now's my chance to get in on it.
Yeah, a third corp.
Yeah.
Anyway, gotta pull.
Ooh.
I'm so stiff tonight. Ooh. Now I have
You're
two.
too good at Jenga.
I have two. I'll put another one of these in post. I have two single block weak points now. It's inevitable when you get the tower this tall, but. Okay, so that's the 7 of clubs. Yeah, I guess I unjam the rifle. I pull it off. Or no, never mind. I am forced to engage in melee. Yeah, let's see, what kind of melee weapon do we think I have? I'm thinking just sort of the classic, like, forearm-mounted retractable sword.
Yeah.
Maybe not even a sword, but maybe just like a spike. Kind of like the pile. If we're doing armor core, it's the pile bunker. It's the
pile bunker.
The piston that with the spike on it. It's just basically that. And yeah, I do, slide, big uppercut. Yeah, I'm not trying not to gesticulate too much on account of the Jenga tower. All right.
I see it though with the armored core little dashing side to side as you advance, and then just yeah.
And then the 8 from the same. A white hot pain racks your body as the enemy has deployed a SCS disruptor. While you remain connected to CHVLR, you cannot move. You can barely think. Manage to disconnect yourself, and once the haze of pain has passed, you realize that you are now flying completely blind, pulled from the tower. Yes, maybe as I pile bunk this guy, he lets out a last minute EMP. And I have to keep my momentum. Maybe it was an airborne stab, and I have to try not to land too hard.
Make sure you land the right way up.
Exactly. Feet first. Loose at the bottom here.
Ooh.
Oh,
hey,
boy.
you made it past the camera.
I've made it. Everybody in the comments tell me how good I am at Jenga. Then the Ace of Diamonds is my last one for this one. Great. A mighty blow from the enemy sends you reeling. As you recover from the hit and the dust settles, you realize that you were slammed through a skyscraper. You pray that it was abandoned. Well, yeah, that's what I can do, is pray. I think we'll tie all those together. I landed on the skyscraper. Not with enough damage to my mech, but with all the damage to the skyscraper.
Hopefully it was abandoned. Do you think it was?
I mean, haven't run into too many people out here, so... But 100% abandoned, who can say with such certainty?
Yeah. If it has enemy soldiers in it, that doesn't count, right?
No, they're not... The bad guys aren't people. That was my first one. This one, the King of Hearts. Right, okay. So I'm not going to report the diary. Still keeping that a secret. I'll start with the ace about the ceasefire agreement and then being redeployed and having this encounter for my report that I'm going to type really carefully. All right. 323, 8034, 1415. A few days ago, we received word of a potential ceasefire, but that doesn't seem to be panning out yet. We were redeployed and got into a skirmish in the Old City. As the battle wound down, my rifle jammed, and I was forced to engage an airborne unit in melee. I hit my mark, but they released an EMP, sending me careening through an old tower. The damage Epsilon took was minimal, but the tower no longer stands. On the Ace of Hearts, every time I record a log, roll a die. If I roll a 6, remove a token. That's a 1.
Oh.
So then it's a new chapter.
All right.
Hey, it's another 6.
Oh,
1, 2,
dear.
3, 4, 5, 6. This deck is getting thin. Okay. The 6 of clubs. That's the 6 of spades, excuse me, the Jack of spades. The 2 of hearts. 2 of spades. 4 of hearts, and the 9 of hearts.
Oh, those were diamonds.
Diamonds, you're right. Listen, I'm piloting a robot, I'm stressed. For all the reconnaissance, for all the research, you know everything about the enemy except one thing. What do you think they want? Why do they fight? Pull from the tower. I suppose the assumption is that they also just want the resources and the salvage rights to the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps there is something greater that we don't know. Maybe I'll find out what it is if I blow up.
There's the enemy pilots too. Like, are they
Yeah.
volunteers or are they press ganged like you, really?
Yeah, I suppose our assumption, because like this is all we know, is that everybody's just in kind of a similar situation, just on the other side. And you know, they can't be trusted with the resources or whatever, you know, corporate propaganda, but yeah, we don't know. And maybe they're gonna tell me. Maybe something dramatic will happen here. From the back of the 3rd row. It's up there, just take my word for it.
Yeah, no, I trust you. Oh my god.
I'm scared. Alright, the Jack of spades also.
If the folks in the comments don't pop off at these Jenga skills, then
I need some hype. You are face to face with a bitter rival, an enemy that you have faced many times in battle. Appropriate. You know that this will be a difficult fight, and even if you win, it will be a Pyrrhic victory. Describe your opponent, pull from the tower. Alright. I'm gonna say that the bitter rival is not just a rival to me, but like to my squad. It's another squad commander. Who like our squad has faced off each other several times. Throughout this, and like, you know, over the course of all these little skirmishes we've had, we've realized that, like, oh, he's been commanding all of the units that we've been fighting. I don't think we know much about him in terms of, or them, I should say, in terms of describe your opponent. But I think they're, I'm gonna give them like a very different kind of mech. I'm gonna say their mech is like a spider structure with a big cannon on the back.
oh,
And like it moves like spider fast. It's almost creepy, despite being, you know, tank sized.
yeah.
It's like really skittery, and you know that's why he's always been on the edge.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And yeah, even if we do beat them in this battle, then it'll only be by them first picking off a bunch of us with their longer range weapon. But let's see.
Oh my god.
Oh, we got them, ladies and gentlemen. We got them.
We got
Yeah, I think we charge forward. Couple of people get shot down, but we pincer maneuver them, and we get rid of this nemesis of ours before they can ambush us yet another time.
Nice. Do you think the group morale is boosted by that, or is it kind of like a Pyrrhic one? So like, yes, you won,
it's a little
but
both.
at what
It's
cost?
but at what cost exactly? Like, well, we'll never lose any more squad members to that person. But we're running out of squad members to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how I feel about it, the Two of Hearts. There is ... something. A spark in the back of your mind, a connection between you and the enemy. You instinctually seem to know what their next move is, feel when their emotions surge. Do you report this to your superiors?
Ooh. You could tie this into the nemesis, perhaps.
Yeah, I think maybe I get the kill. Let's say it's the pile bunker again. And I think maybe in that moment I just have like a bunch of like rapid fire flashes. I don't even parse all of it. Of the enemy base and this and that, and I'll probably bring it up in like future prompts, but now I have like this intuition of like they're about to strike, move, like kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'll report it right away, but I'll just hope that people trust me when I say get down.
Well, you can play it off initially as like, oh yeah, we've fought them a lot, so I know what to expect.
I get it, yeah.
Definitely don't have base powers that can breed minds.
Don't worry about it. Don't cut my brain in half again, please. The Two of Spades. On foot and away from your Chevalier, you encounter a soldier, so I guess after this, but same battle. His uniform and gear are disheveled and worn, his expression is gaunt and drawn. He looks at you with half-lidded eyes and a snarl on his lip. Any attempt to reason with him goes unheeded as he charges you with his knife. Describe how you escape him. And then pull from the tower. I guess, well, let's see if I escape him. Pull from the tower. Oh, no.
Oh,
This
it's
is
wobbling.
So bad. This is so bad. I'm checking every block from the bottom up. I'm committed. I'm scared.
I'm scared for you. That thing was wobbling so bad.
I'm gonna put another update in.
I'm genuinely impressed that you've made it this long.
So am I. I did not think this was gonna be a long episode. Alright,
Honestly, when you ask me how long a play session is, I'm like, about 1.5 hours.
that's what we're at. We're at about 90 minutes on the recording.
But not if you're a Jenga god, apparently.
That's what they called me. Yeah, so I guess, let's see. This beat up enemy soldier who, comes at me with a mad rage. I think, playing into the last card, how I have this sort of sixth sense now, maybe we're all out of our mechs, we're just sort of like taking a break, or most of us are out of our mechs at least. And he charges out from behind a rock, and before anyone else even notices him, I just turn and shoot him. Like real quick. And everybody's like, whoa. How did you know? And I'm like, I heard him.
Do you think they buy it? Or are they a little bit suspicious?
Probably not, but I don't know that they would call me out on it until, there's a second instance of some sort.
Yeah.
And the Four of Diamonds. You marvel at how your base's host city has adapted to accommodate your Chevalier. So I guess the ship, really. Great towers and buildings, doors, shift and move on platforms to allow for swift launches. Huge cranes hoist your equipment up to you. The whole city seems to hum and whir in response to you and your movements. Or maybe this is out in the field still. We find a city where, these mechs were around at some point. There's mechs of similar scale. And some of the infrastructure is still on backup power and, makes way for our squad as we come through.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, and then, so that's the 4 of diamonds, now the 9 of diamonds. Okay. I guess we keep going in, and then there was once a city here, now all that remains is a crater. So I'm going to say it's half and half. We're in the city, and half of it is a crater.
Yeah.
The foundations of great buildings shut up from the earth like bones of the cart. No. Oh, this is the one I read before that I wasn't supposed to read before. The foundations of a great building jut up from the earth like the bones of a carcass. Have you ever visited the city, or have you only dreamed that you might one day pull from the tower? Okay, this will be an interesting moment to maybe die. Yeah, we make it through the city part of the way, and then sure enough, this is really a lot of Armored Core 6 actually. There's the big ruined city, and then there's a big crater, and then there's a robot who shoots red lasers at me, and then I die a lot.
Hey, there might be a big robot that shoots us.
Yeah.
You never know.
We'll find out. What say you, O wise tower? Oh no, no.
Oh!
Well,
No, that's it.
that's that. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Good catch, though.
Not really.
Oh.
Alright, audience, give me just a moment to clean up, and then we will, pick back up. Alright. Well, I'm just glad it wasn't the cat.
Right, well, there you go, though. You said it's very Armored Core 6. There's a big
Yeah.
crater and robot, and you die a lot.
Yeah, I guess we get to the crater, and you know what? I'm gonna say that it's a robot piloted by that voice. It was a horrible siren of some sort. We'll never fully understand it, drawing me in and my squad, and perhaps the corpse in general, and picking us off when we are vulnerable.
Ooh.
I think it's not big though. I think it's like small and lean and like of a different construction than any of the other corporate technology. It's like a whole different kind of vibe.
Something completely like alien to you and what you're used
something
to.
totally different.
Yeah.
And then it kills me. And then now what?
So what we would do here is you can record one final bit that maybe it's as your pilot is entering the situation, it's their moments, maybe they're doing a little audio log as they're going in,
and then the cutoff,
and then black box, it's a retrieval of the black box.
Alright. I've written it just kind of as a description.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
So it's dated several days later, 3:30, 8034, 135. Recovered footage dated 3:34, that's not right. 3:23, 8034 at 2035. POV footage of a mech squad with mild battle damage walking through a mostly intact city. This continues for several hours. The pilot is speaking to someone, but no one else is talking on comms. Eventually, the squad comes to a large crater. The squad enters the crater. From this point on, the footage is grainy, but it is clear that the squad was attacked by an unknown number of extremely nimble craft, possibly just one. The footage ends on a still frame of a blood-covered mech of unknown make stabbing the mech that made the recording.
Oh, it's like a horror movie
It's
at
like
the
a
end.
horror movie at the end. Spooky.
Ooh, I like that a lot. That is spooky. So the other thing to do when we finish a game like this is usually so if you have filled out a physical version of your character sheet, you redact every bit of their information except for their pilot ID, the cause, and the time of their death. And if you've drawn a character portrait or you found one online, you stamp their face with killed in action and you try and obscure as much of it as possible.
Fun.
Because you don't mean anything really, you're just a number, right?
Right.
And you're encouraged to sit for a bit and reflect on who this character was, about their relationships that they formed over the time of your playing. Did they have any last words? Did anyone hear them? And did they make a difference? You know, it's one of those things, like, you just dwell on, was it worth it in the end? Was this young life worth anything? Because it's part of the journal game experience, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, the video's already long, I don't want to go too long, but yeah, I think, ultimately to whatever this war is, probably not. I think the whole thing is just a fool's errand at the end of the day, pulled by some strings that this guy will never understand.
Yeah.
Maybe, there's been some debt relief from it back home. His family may have been spared from also being dragged out here. But like at what cost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Cronus Industries. Is what I'm trying to say.
Maybe capitalism is bad in the end.
Maybe, probably. I don't know. Who's to say? What do I know? But yeah, I think that is about where things wrap up here. Thank you very much for bringing this to me. I appreciate you riding along with me as I played this. This was a lot of fun. I could definitely see.
Thanks so much for having me on.
Yeah, of course. I could definitely see. Actually playing this myself. Not for content, actually taking my time with it, writing stuff down and whatnot. And I would totally watch that as like a short film, or an episode of like a mech anthology or something. The prompts are really good. Let me actually do the proper wrap down here. First of all, tell people at home, where can we get the game?
So you could buy it directly from me in PDF format through Itch.io. Or you can buy it through my friends and colleagues at Black Axe Gaming, where there are some physical copies available, though I do hear that we are running low-ish and maybe needing to do a reprint at some point soon, but through Black Axe Gaming and Modifius, you can get physical copies of Chevalier.
All right, and I'll have some of those links in the description so people can grab them. So normally what we do here is we, ultimately the actual play is just a bonus, and really this is secretly just a show about game design. And so I wanted to ask you, there's a lot of mech games out there across TTRPGs and video games, and all of them are very different. There's commonalities, but at the end of the day, like, I think we're on mech game. I said this the last time we played one. I think this is mech game number 5 or 6 on the channel, and they're all wildly different.
Yeah.
So when you were thinking, I want to make a mech game, what led you to this format of a solo game and the cards and the tower, and like, how'd you get here?
So Chevalier came off the back of a huge marathon of the Universal Century Gundam series. So like right from the very beginning, original show to Unicorn, my husband and I had marathoned the shows. And then around that time, the very last Evangelion Rebuild movie came out, and it's the one, it all ends in a happy way. Shinji gets to be peaceful, and it's a beautiful cornerstone to the end of Evangelion. And there was just something with me. I'd been spending so long with all this mech media, and I was like, the big robots are cool. We love the big smashy robots. I mean, I build Gunpla. Right. I love them. But it's the human elements of the story that really get me. Hell yeah.
There's Raven.
It's the, it's the Shinji's journey. It's Amaro's journey. It's all that sort of stuff that really hit me with those. And one of my favorite Gundam shows in particular is Iron Blooded Orphans, which is not a happy show.
I mean, it's right there in the title. Come on.
Yeah. And I played Chris Bazette's The Wretched and Alone, which is like their sort of take on it's the basis, the cornerstone of the rule set. and it's their version of like Alien, being stuck on a spaceship with an alien creature, and how brutal and how deadly it is because like you don't survive. And I was like, man, that feels a lot like Iron Blooded Orphans.
Right.
And so something just clicked in my head there. I was like, the Wretched would be perfect for a mech game. And I really like, like I said, I love the big robots, but it's the emotion of mech shows and mech games that I like more than anything else. So I was like, a journal game, you can just spend as long as you like getting really into these pilots' heads. So that's why it became a journal game.
Yeah, for sure. And it makes sense. It is always, at the end of the day, these stories about big sci-fi concepts are always really about people, right? Mech or otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Alien is really about Weyland-Yutani and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that definitely makes a lot of sense. And then the other question I had, you've got 52 prompts here for the playing cards. Did that take forever to come up with? Were there any that you were like really struggling to think of?
Honestly, no. And this whole game was this huge surprise to me because I have extremely bad ADHD. Like I literally take medication for it. But I could sit down in about 2 days. I'd written the game.
Wow, that's impressive.
Just smashed it out, and I was just like, I even like shocked myself. And I sent the manuscript to my friend James. I was like, I wrote a game, and he's like, what?
What do you mean? You weren't writing a game last Tuesday, yeah.
No. Yeah. So I just like smashed it out. And I mean, there's a lot of prompts in there that if you're familiar with big mech properties, you'll be like,
sure.
Oh, I see what you've done there.
Sure. But that's TTRPG's like broad strokes is like you're just mashing the tropes, in inelegant terms. But
well, I mean, in my day job, I'm an illustrator, and one of my favorite quotes I learned in art school was, "Good artists borrow, great artists steal."
Yep. So I went to school for TV and film, and same mantra for sure. Yeah, like every movie is, it's like this movie meets that movie, and that's good. That's fine. That's a good way to do art. That's how we've been doing it for 3,000 years. So
yeah.
But again, so recording is getting a little long, but I just want to say thanks again for bringing this. This was a ton of fun. Links for people at home in the description to get the game for yourself. Try it out. We have a community Discord server if you want to tell me how you explode. That'd be really funny. And stick around. We've got, if you're watching this right as it comes out, then shortly after the holidays that are coming up in the new year, we're going to be starting our Mythic Bastion Land series, which we already recorded one episode as of me saying this. It was a lot of fun. And stick around for other episodes of the Developer Showcase. Check out past episodes if it's your first time here. I'm sure I'll have some popping up on the screen at the end here. We've played 10 other systems, or 12, 11 other systems, a lot of other systems, just in these one-shots, plus the 10 seasons of our main series. So something for everyone. Check them all out. Go to our channel. And if you'd like to support the show by leaving a comment, but you can't think of something to say, just tell me your favorite huge robot in the comments, just for the algorithm. But that's it. Thank you again, Susie, for being on here. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.